My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. To support this YouTube channel, go to my Patreon link below. Subscribe. We're over 102,000 subscribers. Make sure you get notifications for this channel. And after this segment, there are really wonderful channels listed in the description section. Disobedient Media, Tim Black, Nico House, Hard Bastard, Stick Sexton Hammer, Kevin's Corner, and Brandon Tatum. Those are fantastic channels. Check them out. Before I get to the Fisa Memo, Trump tells lawmakers he's 100% in favor of releasing classified memo. So this is really amazing. Before the State of the Union speech, which I thought was a good speech, I can do another segment on my thoughts. I'll just do a little bit of the response from Joe Kennedy. But President Trump assured Republican lawmakers on Tuesday he was 100% in favor of making public a classified Republican memo alleging the FBI and Justice Department abused their surveillance authorities. The Fisa memo is a repercussion of Obama-era spying. Another repercussion of the Obama era, which is cheating Bernie Sanders, is this. This is Representative Joe Kennedy, who has a lot of chapstick on. I don't know what the deal is with this guy, but he's got a lot. His lips are very hydrated. Here's Joe Kennedy.
We can cut taxes for corporations today if we raise them on families tomorrow. Where we can take care of sick kids if we sacrifice dreamers. We're bombarded with one false choice after another. Coal miners or single moms. Rural communities or inner cities. The coast or the heartland. As if the mechanic in Pittsburgh, a teacher in Tulsa, and a daycare worker in Birmingham are bitter rivals, rather than mutual casualties of a system forcefully rigged towards those at the top.
But you rigged, the Democratic Party that you're defending rigged the primary. So the system that you're talking about, that you're alluding to, the Democratic Party embodies. And the false choices, the school teacher, the coal miner, you created those choices. You created that dichotomy, or that paradigm. The Democrats are always, well, the lesser of two evils. And again, you knew when you cheated Bernie Sanders that the Republicans would have, well, I told you in 2015, but you knew that the Republicans would have the political capital to either further their policy objectives. Well, I'll go on forever about that, but then he goes on this right here. Keep in mind, Hillary Clinton was against gay marriage in 2013. It's now 2018, but she was against gay marriage. Did you know anyone, even if you're a conservative? Well, I mean, look, if you're a progressive, ask yourself, did you know anyone? Did you know anyone in 2013 who was against gay marriage? Or if you're a liberal?
As if the parent who lies awake, terrified that their transgender son or daughter will be beaten and bullied at school, is any more or less legitimate than a parent whose heart is shattered by a daughter in the grips of an opioid addiction. So here is the answer that Democrats offer tonight. We choose both.
You choose to both bully a transgender child and the drug addiction? Is that what you choose both? The hell is this guy talking about? The issue with the transgender child, no one, whether you're a transgender child or any children, any child, no child should be bullied ever. That is off limits. I hate that. But the interesting thing is that he uses children now to divide people. Well, the Republicans don't care if the transgender child is bullied, but they do care if what is it, like they're making you choose between the child who's addicted to drugs, the young person, and the bullied transgender child. That's not, Trump has never even alluded to that. So that's very bizarre. If anything, Trump's more socially liberal than most Republicans. Anyway, 5 minutes into this, the reason this is the Fisa Memo, State of the Union. Representative Jeff Duncan, South Carolina, asked Trump to release the memo on the House floor after his first State of the Union address. In a brief conversation caught on camera, Trump could be overheard replying, saying, "Oh yeah, don't worry, 100%. So Trump continued speaking after that, but his words were not audible. Here is the article. So he's like, "Don't worry, 100%." It's just see, the thing is, people don't get the beauty of Trump politically. The beauty of Trump politically is that he wears his emotions. I'm not saying that I love his policies, because they're not policies I voted for, but the beauty of Trump politically is that he wears his emotions and he wears his objectives on his sleeve. There's no pretense. They're not hiding. He's not hiding anything. So he literally told in my tweet I put before, after his State of the Union address, he told a GOP lawmaker 100%. 100% is going to release the memo. So it says everything you need to know about Trump. And that's the thing. There's duplicity, and Joe Kennedy is getting eviscerated now. And it's, he tried his best. And, the Kennedy family is known for eloquence and amazing orators and speeches. But that's just Joe Kennedy and Trump. You couldn't get two better embodiments of American politics, the two opposites, two better embodiments of how Republicans and Democrats, what am I trying to say? They're the antithesis of each other in terms of where the Republicans are now and where the Democrats are now. And the interesting thing is, whereas Joe Kennedy's speech was full of almost it provided a sense of Trump that is filtered through the Democratic Party brain. So, and now they have Bernie response to the State of the Union. They utilized Bernie Sanders, and then they tossed him aside, cheated him, then utilized him again. Or I should say, cheated Bernie, then utilized his base of voters. So everything filtered through progressive YouTube channels. Oh my God, look what they did to Bernie. Well, we got to vote for Clinton. The Young Turks was, the definition of that. And now Joe Kennedy is complaining about choices that Americans must make in terms of politics, or that Democrats must make. But those choices were made in 2015 when media colluded on behalf of Clinton. Until the Democratic Party realizes that and doesn't focus only on Trump, because there's a notion among Democrats and progressives and liberals, and I used to be one of them, that if you complain enough, if you get outraged enough, then things will change. Then suddenly you can defeat your opponent because of outrage. But see, outrage doesn't get the liberal voter to the voting booth. That fear of Russia, and Joe Kennedy's speech, although you could see he was earnest and gave his 100%, it's completely undermined by the Trump-Russian nonsense, which is yet another failed propaganda blitz. The first one was, oh my God, Hillary's going to win Texas. then the Russians are out to get you again. Democratic Party. But you could see that it's this. The Democrats are speaking to themselves through the lenses of their own strategists, whereas Trump is speaking to more than just the Republican base, independents, and even progressives who don't want to be spied on. The Fisa Memo. This is the State of the Fisa Memo State of the Union. Why? Because there's a moral foundation. Even though I think that Trump should do everything possible to ensure that Dreamers become citizens. I think that is a good policy objective of Democrats. But I think that unfortunately Democrats utilize that simply for votes. They really don't care about getting it done. They only tried twice, 2010, 2013, under Obama, for massive comprehensive immigration reform. Twice. The third time was under Bush in the past 9 years. So 3 times in the past 9 years for massive comprehensive immigration reform, and twice under Obama, and then Obama made the unilateral step of DACA. But see, the thing is, he knew it was temporary, and he did that only for votes. Every single year out of the 8 years, Democrats should have pushed for major comprehensive immigration reform and bills and laws protecting and benefiting the black community of the United States of America. They didn't. They sat on the Democratic lawmakers sat on their behinds and ensured that the same problems that they run on persist and continue. And that's everything you need to know about the Democratic Party. I'm going to leave you Joe Kennedy's response. You can't go ahead and have the moral high ground when you blame Russia and spy on a president illegally. The Fisa Memo is indicative of abuses. They used Fusion GPS as a tabloid, a gossip, tabloid nonsense as the basis for spying. Then you have Peter Strzok hating Trump and then deleting or editing 5 references to gross negligence. It's a complete mess. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere.